So, the police do such a great job of protecting and serving us, with crime levels ever increasing and police work getting harder and harder, that in fact, out of the Metropolitan Police, only 3 in 10 police constables have made an arrest in an entire year. And this comes after reporting that the police say they have a 20-year record high in crimes. Interesting. And apparently, only 7% of the Met's 32,493 police constables nicked 5 or more suspects in the same year period. That's just 2,274. Now, that might sound like an almost impressive number, but I can assure you it's not, especially when you consider there are 32 boroughs of London. That's 71 police constables from each borough. Allegedly, that's arrested 5 or more suspects in a force that claims around 1 million or more crimes, according to their websites. Not a lot really, is it? That's also not including the 70-odd thousand crimes that weren't or that went unrecorded while Cressida Dick was in charge. Of course, the Metropolitan Police try to explain this away by suggesting that many officers work in specialist fields that don't necessitate arrests. I suppose like Twitter patrol and those who wait around all day for an auditor to arrive at the station so they can swarm out en masse like a bunch of cockroaches to try and intimidate the person into leaving. Those kind of roles, you mean? However, the Centre for Crime Prevention Campaign Group Director, David Spencer, said, "These numbers are truly jaw-dropping and raise serious questions about what exactly most police officers are doing with their time and where the Met's priorities lie. It is time the Met got officers out from behind their desks and into communities where they fulfil their remit of deterring crime and keeping people safe." So it's not just me that thinks that then? I've been saying that for I don't know how long, but of course I get ignored by many and ridiculed by others until someone with a perceived position of authority says the same thing, rather than many people just simply using their brain and going, "Oh yeah, actually, you're right." Metropolitan Police, as you likely already know, are in special measures for the first time ever due to concerns about serious or critical shortcomings following the scandals including the Sarah Everard case. A retired Metropolitan Detective Chief Inspector Mick Neville, said, "In my time I knew officers who could make 5 arrests in a few days, not in a year, and these would be arrests of burglars, thieves and robbers, which the public want to see." In a statement, the Metropolitan Police said that arrests are predominantly made by emergency response teams who are far fewer in number, which explains why arrests per total officer number might appear low. Because you prioritise the wrong things, Metropolitan Police. Responding to the alleged rising crime figures that we mentioned last week, Diana Fawcett, Chief Executive of the charity Victim Support, said record rises in crime levels are always worrying. Behind these statistics are real people, and being a victim of any crime can have a devastating and long-lasting impact. Regardless of the reason for the increase, this huge rise in recorded crimes coincides with victims across the country facing agonisingly long waits for trial. With the highest number of cases for 20 years coming into the criminal justice system, we need urgent action to address the backlog of cases to ensure that those who have had the courage to report a crime get the justice they deserve. Incredible. So much crime, so much praise for the plot, so many people backing them up, but yet so little actually being done for them to deserve the praise that the bootlickers lavish upon them. In fact, the actions and the comments made by the Metropolitan Police simply strengthen the thoughts and feelings of the sane-minded people of our society have towards the police. I would be asking exactly the numbers to be released on the number of people arrested, even temporarily at the roadside, where they have then been de-arrested or later found to have committed no offence, as this would potentially show us where the Met Police's priorities lay with regards to acting on certain types of incidents. I, for one, would be very interested in knowing the number of people who have been arrested and de-arrested, what that offence that they was arrested and de-arrested for, or whether they was arrested for what offence, taken to a police station and later de-arrested. Those are the numbers that I'd like to know about. Those are the numbers that are going to be far more interesting than how many police have made how many arrests that have stuck.